Among the villagers was a young man named Arun, known for his dreams, but also for his restlessness. Arun had great ambitions: to open a school for poor children, to heal the sick with herbs he studied, to travel and bring back wisdom to his people. But year after year passed, and Arun remained where he was, working half-heartedly in the fields, speaking endlessly of his dreams, but taking no real steps. One early spring morning, with clouds heavy above and a chill in the breeze, Arun came to Master Tenzin's cottage. The old monk was sweeping the stone path with a bamboo broom, his movements slow but deliberate. "Master," Arun began, "I'm troubled." Tenzin paused and looked up with kind eyes. "Speak, Arun." "I have so many dreams," said the young man, "so many visions for what I want to build, but I feel stuck. I believe in them, I truly do. I know I'm meant to do something meaningful, yet nothing changes. Why does it feel like belief isn't enough?" Master Tenzin leaned his broom against the wall and gestured toward a bench by the lake. They sat in silence for a few moments, watching ripples stretch across the water. "Let me tell you a story," said the monk, his voice as gentle as the wind. "Many years ago, long before you were born, a great drought came upon this land. The skies forgot how to cry, and the earth turned to dust. The villagers prayed every day for rain, their voices rising like incense to the heavens, but the skies remained silent. One day, a little girl named Luma, no older than 6, walked up the mountain path to the shrine alone. She carried a small parasol made of palm leaves, tied with twine. As she climbed, the villagers chuckled. "Where are you going, little one?" they asked. "To pray for rain," she replied. "The umbrella, child." "The skies are empty," simply smiled and said, "I believe it will rain, and I don't want to get wet." She went to the shrine, knelt, and whispered a prayer no one heard. When she returned, the clouds had begun to gather. By evening, the skies finally wept. Rain fell upon the earth like a forgotten lullaby. Crops revived, wells filled, the village rejoiced. But do you know what the elders remembered most? Tenzin turned to Arun. "Not the prayer. Not even the rain, but the umbrella." Arun furrowed his brow. "The umbrella," the old monk nodded. "It was her action that matched her belief. Her faith wasn't just in words or wishes. She prepared herself for the answer." "That is true belief." The young man sat in stunned silence. The lake shimmered under the rising sun as the clouds from earlier began to disperse. "Master," Arun said after a while, "I've believed so many times, truly. Why does it feel so hard to take that first step?" Tenzin reached into his robe and took out a small seed, round, dark, unremarkable. "This is a Bodhi seed," he said. "It holds the potential to become a tree that provides shade for generations. But left in my pocket, it remains just that, a seed." He held the seed in his palm and continued, "You may look at it every day, meditate on it. Dream of the tree it might become. But unless you plant it in the soil, water it, protect it from weeds and storms, it will never become what it was meant to be." The wind picked up softly, rustling the leaves. "So many confuse hope with belief," Tenzin said. "Hope looks upward, wishing. Belief moves the feet. Belief gathers tools, digs the earth, and plants the seed, even when the skies are dark." Arun lowered his gaze, letting the truth of the words settle in his bones. For years, he had spoken of building a school, helping the poor, traveling to learn. But he had never written a plan, never sought help, never taught even one child under a tree master. Tenzin stood slowly. "Come back tomorrow," he said, "and bring with you not your dreams, but the first brick of your belief." The next morning, as dew still clung to the grass, Arun returned. In his hands were old books he had once intended to throw away, basic primers on letters and numbers. "These," he said, "are for the first student I will teach, even if it's just one child." Tenzin smiled and nodded. "Now your belief has begun to walk." Weeks passed. Arun set up a shaded spot beneath a tree near the village well. He began teaching one curious child, then 2. At first, he fumbled. Lessons were scattered, but he persisted. Villagers started watching. One woman brought mats for the children to sit on. Another brought a pot of rice each day. Soon, more children came, and with them, a sense of purpose. Arun still had no grand school building, But he had built something more important first. His path, brick by brick years later. Arun would stand before a modest school, now built by many hands, funded by small gifts and daily efforts. The walls were not grand, but the hearts within them were alive with learning and laughter. And at the entrance, mounted above the door, was a simple wooden carving of an umbrella, his tribute to Luma, to belief in action. If we see in our lives, we will find that belief is not merely a thought or feeling. It is a seed we must plant and tend, even when no one else sees it sprouting. Belief means acting before results are guaranteed, preparing as if the blessing has already arrived, trusting that the path will unfold as we walk it. So many of us pray for rain, yet forget to bring the umbrella. We talk of dreams, but fail to lift a hand toward them. The difference between a dreamer and a doer is not talent or luck, but action born from belief. Let us not just wish for a better future. Let us prepare for it, work toward it, live as if it is already possible, because when belief walks, the world listens. What are your key takeaways from this story? Share in the comments below and subscribe for more inspiring narratives that encourage us to transform belief into action.